G'day everybody and welcome to another episode of Banter Over Whisky. You've got the whole crew tonight. You've got Adrian at That Whisky Place. You've got Vic at Vic.Whisky and myself, Brad, at Banter Over Whisky. And I'm going to do something a little bit different tonight. I'm going to hand over to Vic to introduce our guests because he's been doing all the legwork with these guys. So Vic, over to you, mate.
Oh, God help us. Don't tune out, people. We've got something different tonight. One of the same, but different. We have a rum distillery, and they are in Botany. So if you're in Sydney, they're only a stone away from you guys. We have Marty and Ed, which I came across them at the Easter show in 2025. And I saw the products there, the coffee liqueur, they call it noir. And there was a Romex limoncello. They also had a lime cello, and just to mention a few. And of course, like with everyone, but the stuff's really good. I go, hey, we got a podcast. We got a whiskey podcast. You know, talk about rum, talk about spirits. You guys want to come on? And straight away, Marty goes, yeah, why not? Give us a call. So I went one better. I went over to their little micro distillery and had a chat. I met Ed and a chat. Oh, mate, you people are going to love tonight. You're going to love this podcast. Marty and Ed, welcome to our humble podcast.
Thanks for having us on. It's a real honour to be here, and thanks for the invitation. So happy to chat to people about what we do.
Oh, we're excited.
Absolutely, something different, and keen to jump in. Being Friday night and all.
Full disclosure, our listeners, guys, all over the world, Brad and Adrian don't know anything about this distillery, about the distillers. I did not tell them nothing. I just sent them some samples, and they go, "What's this that you've sent? What's this limoncello? What's this?" All the stuff. You got some black stuff. Don't worry, you'll find out. And this is going to be a very interesting podcast. So,
something a bit different.
What shall we start drinking first?
So what have you got there? They got the rum.
So, hey, you guys choose. I mean, working on motorbikes and learning some metalwork for fenders and seats and things like that, working with aluminium. And then I thought maybe I could make a copper still using the same processes. So, from sheet copper, hammered away in the shed for a long time, annoyed the neighbours, and welded up a small copper still, only about 20 litres or something, and started messing around. My parents come from Eastern Europe, from Czech Republic, and so there's a long tradition of making fruit spirits, plum brandies and light Slivovitz, a bit of rocket fuel, but so there's a bit of that in the blood as well. So unfortunately, you can't get the right plums here, but start off with just simple things, but then the bug took over, and sort of 5 years later, we moved house and built a distillery in the backyard with two stills, 100 litre and a 500 litre still, and things went from there. We opened just before COVID, so that was great timing, but we didn't know any better, so and just keep chipping away. So I built a small team and still have the distillery in the backyard, and made a bunch of products just over time as we experimented. And
Marty likes experimenting. He, as said earlier, a little bit of the mad scientist. Yeah. So he likes to experiment, and that ends up with us with another product usually. So
I've got a background in engineering and science, and so I applied that to building the distillery and then also making the products.
Is it true you got a PhD?
Yes.
Yes.
So there you go. You are a scientist.
No, in biomedical engineering. I've got a PhD in biomedical engineering.
He works full time, and we get him here at the distillery for the rest of the time. So he does tend to get a little bit busy, but I was a travel agent working at, then COVID came along. So as the JobKeeper went down, I did more and more for the business. Still, that's basically what I'm doing here full time now, and trying to organise around Marty's full-time job.
So that's good fun. We've got a small team. We've got our head distiller, Sam Stefani. She has a lot of experience in the industry and also has a background in fermentation science. So her and I work together on preparing a whole bunch of products. And so actually it was Sam's idea to do the rum. So the background was he'd worked at a number of different distilleries here in Sydney and had worked at a rum distillery as well. And so we hadn't thought about making a rum at that stage. And she said, well, hang on, we could do a rum. What do you think of that? And not knowing anything, I said, yeah, well, sure, why not? Let's give it a crack. And so applying some of her knowledge and combining with some of my knowledge around the science of distillation, we came up with this white rum. So, yeah, we get refining grade molasses, and ferment everything here on site.
It's a long ferment.
Nice long ferment, a little bit over a week and a half. And then we put it through the still a couple of times. And it's a hybrid still. It's not a pot still. It's sort of like a 10-plate column still and stainless steel with copper on the inside though. So we do have a bunch of copper inside. And then put it through quickly the first time, push it through, and then really slow for the second run, which is the spirit run. And that's what you're drinking now. Essentially, we just break that back to drinking strength, and that's what makes the white rum.
We got a silver medal at the San Francisco Awards for that one.
Oh, nice. 43%, 86 proof. That's Sam decided on the ABV, or you guys?
We sit down together.
We
taste together.
Typically, what we
It's
do
a fun
is
day.
we break back to a number of different strengths, and about 4 or 5 different strengths, and taste it on the day we break it back, and then we let it sit for a number of days, and then we taste it again, and it's based on the flavour essentially. So whatever tastes the best, that's what we agree upon, and so that's sort of typically where the white comes through. That's fairly consistent, but for the individual barrels, the aged rum, there we decide on each barrel where the flavour sits best.
But the white is amazing in cocktails. So that in a pina colada or a daiquiri or mojitos really holds up, giving you that grass taste.
Look at that. The king of cocktails. I'll tell you what. Brad, no.
I'll be completely honest with you, and I'll be guided by you guys, because I wouldn't know what white rum was supposed to taste like neat.
So Bacardi, if you ever had a Bacardi, that's essentially a white rum.
But what I mean is I've never had it neat. So this is the first experience for me. But I thought, you know what? I'm going to make a margarita with the white rum, because that's what it tastes like, right?
You know what that tastes
It's really good.
It's a really good rum for cocktails. You can drink it neat for those that are used to drinking, for those, especially people from the Caribbean who are used to having their rum as a white. They're used to drinking that neat. But for a lot of people, that's a little bit too much. So that's where it lends itself to a cocktail.
And it's super smooth. It's essentially then what we put into the barrels at a higher ABV. But so we start off with a really quality white before we start aging it. It's fruity. It's fairy floss, banana lollies, apple sort of flavours coming through on the white. And it's not lost in the cocktail as well. The flavours do come through in the cocktail. So it's a nice base for the cocktails where you're looking something to add flavour to the cocktail rather than to mask the flavour of the white rum with other flavours.
It's neat. It's almost got a citrus aspect to it. I wouldn't say flavour, but it's got that sort of acidic.
A little bit on the nose.
Are you drinking it, Vic? You got it on ice?
I'm drinking it neat. I've been drinking it with pineapple juice and ice.
I did a pina colada.
And it's, but I've been drinking actually 2 parts rum. Shouldn't be doing that. But
almost neat.
This takes the edge off.
I didn't send the boys a bottle. I've been very naughty, and I hoarded all the bottles. I should have sent them a bottle. But you guys have on your label, it's a shot from the top of Botany. It's got the airport, it's got Botany Bay.
Yeah, we used a map of Botany as our background to our label. And there's a little red dot on where we actually are in Botany. So it's
okay.
Oh, I see, right.
To our location.
So that's under the rum is under Solander Rum Company, and all the rest of our products are under Banks and Solander. We had an issue with, of all things, Bacardi, trademark issue. So they stopped us having rum under Banks and Solander. So we had to start a sister company under Solander Rum to do do all our rums.
So slightly different branding for the rums. That's just to get around the trademark issues.
I love the label that Marty's made up there of on the white, it's a white label, and on the dark, on the aged rums, it's a black label with the same map. So, but
just a nod to the area that we're in and the locality, and we're proud to be here in Botany and wanted to showcase that on bottles.
As you said that, I jumped on because I was actually on the Banks and Solander website, and when you said that, I went, oh, that's why I can't find the rum. And now I've jumped on there, and can I ask that the homepage, there's a picture of a bay. Is that Botany?
That's Botany Bay.
Because that could be in the Caribbean.
That's Botany Bay. It's like 10 minutes.
No palm trees.
Not even
There
10 minutes away.
There bloody is. At the front on the left, there's palm trees, and it looks Anyway, sorry, I couldn't help.
But that is Botany Bay, and we took those photos.
Oh, you did? Oh, that's awesome. That's really cool.
We do a lot ourselves here. We don't have big budgets for marketing or anything, so I tend to do most of the artwork. Ed does the websites and a lot of the photography as well. So we try and do as much as we can ourselves, and it's a real sort of homegrown enterprise.
I've learnt so many skills.
I'll tell you
Fair
what, this
enough.
leaves Bacardi for dead. God. And it's not because I'm biased towards Australian products, but oh my God. This is, it's really good. Did you guys want to move on to the...
Yeah. The dark rum. So what we do with the rums is we do individual barrel releases. We're not a massive producer of rum, and so we put down a barrel whenever we can. And typically we only put down about 4 barrels a year, and so just depending on what the budget allows. And so we've been lucky that the first barrels that we had, they came from Buffalo Trace Distillery, and so they're ex-bourbon barrels. And they were our first barrels that came out.
200 litres. So we're just doing single cask releases. So because we don't have a huge portfolio, we don't have a huge amount. So each barrel is its own beast, its own expression. So the first barrel, which is sold out, almost lost my martini, is we won World's Best Rum on a hybrid still at the World Rum Awards. And that one that you guys are drinking now, we entered that in the Sydney Easter Show Awards. So we won Gold, Champion Rum, and Best Distilled Spirit in New South Wales for it.
Now, we've got the cask strength, I believe.
We got it.
That's what we submitted, the cask strength.
Now, this is like that
55,
rum.
56.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
6.
Sorry? 56,
56,
56. But the cask strength, when I first tasted it, it was, what on earth is this? What did you go? What did you do? Which craft did you do in here?
To be.
God.
This is what we think rum should be. Something that is eminently more drinkable than a lot of rums that are out there,
Especially from the big cousins.
and just to showcase what a different style of rum. It's not too harsh and it's not too funky. For people who are just getting into rum, it's a great rum to start with, and it's very drinkable on its own. You don't need to mix it with anything. Just maybe a cube of ice and you're good to go. And you can drink it like a whiskey. So it really is a very approachable sipping rum. It's got a nice long flavour profile. It's got a beginning, middle and an end, and it sits on the palate nicely. So it's quite drinkable.
We wanted something that, for us, Marty started as a whiskey drinker like you guys, and we wanted, in our minds when we were coming up with the rum, is we wanted something that you could drink like neat. If it's good enough, you should be able to drink it neat like you can a good whiskey. Put it into some cocktails if that's what you want. I don't know if you've got the budget to spend that money on an expensive cocktail, go for it. But it should be good enough to be drunk neat or on ice, or just like you would treat it with a good whiskey.
That I can tell you started out with whiskey, because that is definitely a really good dram. Just neat. I got... When I first nosed this, there was a lot of oak on the nose, but now that I've had a sip, all I'm getting is like desiccated coconut.
It's amazing what it can do.
Where does that come from?
Well, just
understand.
All we do is we've got the molasses, we ferment that, and then we distill it. And all these flavours and odours that are coming through are purely what comes through the still. So the sweetness and everything, we don't add anything to it, don't add any coconut, add any spices.
That's no banana leaves.
No caramels,
So the colour, as it comes out of the barrel, we just put it through a 10 micron filter just to make sure there's no charcoal or anything from the barrel in there, and that's it. So, that's all we do.
Well, I did the obvious and made it dark and stormy.
It should be beautiful.
I agree.
Absolutely is. Absolutely.
If you've got a good spirit, you're going to have a good cocktail.
Absolutely.
So since we're doing the single barrel releases, we've just released a finished rum where we'd finished it in barrels that had been used to age a stout beer from a local distillery here in Botany, Beef Fontaine. And we collaborated with them. We gave them one of our rum barrels that we'd finished using so they can age some beer in it. And they gave us some of their stout barrels, and we finished the rum in that. And that's come out really well as well. So we're really happy with that.
We just released it just before Christmas.
Before Christmas. So it's nice that we can experiment with things with the different barrels as well, that we're not trying to keep everything as standardized. Each barrel can be its own expression and gives us a bit of flexibility to try a bunch of different things as well.
Yeah, Sam's enjoying that flexibility and the change in
So it's not a
experiment.
big production line of making rum, trying to make it all the same. It's all about each rum being its own thing.
So we've got another one that will be released before too long that's been
Another barrel that's maturing.
Finished in muscatels.
You guys must be doing something right because
It's almost finished.
because the three of us are just listening to you, and the three of us are just
Enjoying
drinking. We're not even talking, especially Vic. Vic hasn't said anything for 5 minutes. He's been too busy drinking.
I mean, for us, that's why we're doing it. For us, our passion is to making things that people enjoy drinking.
I love smelling it.
Definitely working.
I've had this rum with a cigar, and it's unbeatable. Best. I've got a lot of rums. I collect also rums besides whiskey, and I love old age statement rums, the 21-year-olds. A lot of the one from Colombia. And the Venezuelan one that used to be 12-year-old Diplomatico, a lot of them. And man, but there's something about your rum. I don't know if it's a Buffalo Trace barrels, because you make your own white rum and then you age. I don't know what it is.
Maybe it's a combination of all of that.
I think a lot of factors to come into it. This is probably the best rum in the Australian market at the moment. Australian-made rum, aged in barrels. It's
Thank you.
really good.
I think we need to talk to you guys about what you're doing with your barrels when you finish with them.
We've got a couple just sitting here in the shed at the moment. So
We might do an exchange program. 60 barrel for an ex-rum barrel.
we're always open for new ideas. So happy to.
Yeah, let's talk. What should we drink next?
So you've got limoncello, limecello, and a coffee liqueur there.
That's correct. Yeah.
So the next one would be the limoncello. Obviously, we've got gins as well, but you don't have one of them to try. I had some just in a martini. Our signature gin's my favourite because I was the #1 taste tester. So.
Yeah, that was essentially made for Ed. So
He's not very romantic, but he did make me a gin.
well, there you go. That's romantic enough, isn't it?
Well done.
I'll keep him.
So limoncello, that came about because when we were building the distillery, we had to tear down a lemon tree. It was full of lemons. And so rather than make lemonade, we decided to make a limoncello. And so we used the zest from that, but not wanting to be wasteful, we also used the juice. And that's a bit of a point of difference to a lot of the limoncellos out there, is that we actually do use the juice as well. So we don't waste. And it has more of a brightness to it compared to a lot of other limoncellos.
And we do have a tiny bit of lemon myrtle added in it for an Australian twist.
So keeping
Pushes
it
through.
Oh, I do love a good lemon.
So
Wow.
that just on ice or in a spritz, it's easy drinking.
In a cheesecake.
In a cheesecake. At the moment, there's a big thing on, instead of your coffee tiramisus, you're doing lemon tiramisus.
Oh, wow.
So that is pretty damn good.
That's great. Just out of the freezer, keep it nice and frozen, super cold out of the freezer, in a chilled glass, and it's really enjoyable. Or as a spritz as well, so dangerously enjoyable in a spritz.
Just on, I swear to God, I didn't make a cocktail out of this or the lime because the smell of it, holy cow. It's a lot of Australians, I suppose. We grew up with lemon and lime cordial, and I was always a massive fan of lime and lemon cordials. And
It's just an adult version of that, really.
absolutely, it's great.
Yeah.
Taste buds.
Oh.
And it's at 30% as well, so it does warm you straight a little bit on the way down. So it's that higher alcohol content, just to keep it a bit more traditional as well, because a proper limoncello should be around 30% alcohol.
Would this be a good, if you were doing a whiskey tasting or rum tasting or something like that, would that be a good palate cleanser?
Absolutely.
And you know what? I'm going to get some of this.
A little bit because it's got a bit of sugar in there as well. So rather than refresh it and
It might it'd be hard then to go back to something that's dry.
I see. Bummer.
I think it's a bit more neutral to cleanse the palate. It does have a pretty big flavour, the limoncello.
Stop drinking and start talking, mate. You're
Mate,
supposed to be hosting.
You know what I
this.
do
are
with
you
this
doing?
limoncello and the limoncello slushy machines? You know those
Yeah.
machines, mate, you don't understand. Just get the biggest tumbler you can buy. Look out of the shop, buy new glasses, get some tumblers,
Mhm.
and just fill them up with crushed ice, and then just top it up with limoncello or limoncello. Oh,
Imagine if you dropped a couple of these into one of those slushy machines.
Mm.
Oh, absolutely.
Perfect.
Oh,
I think that has been done.
talking from experience or
Not
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 us.
personal, but we have.
Marty's looking very
But
sheepish there.
I've been wanting to get a slushy machine, but
yeah.
Keep an eye on
Banter-
team.
On your tasting room.
it might sell a few more bottles though.
Well, you can mix it up. You can do a frozen espresso martini as well. I had one of them a couple of years ago in the States out of a slushy machine. So that was, I know I'm jumping forward to the coffee liqueur, but you're going to have to get 2 slushy machines now.
Oh.
Maybe 3. Lemon, lime.
I haven't tried the coffee on the slushy. I'm going to try it. Ah.
Have you got a slushy machine?
I've got 3 teenagers. What do you think?
How old are they? You've got to be careful. They'll start using the limoncello on coffee.
No, they're not drinkers yet. Thank God for that.
Watch out when they start.
Not that I know about.
You don't even know how much whiskey you got. Like they
I don't.
I bet
do. They know
Well,
how much whiskey you don't
It's
have.
called
Yeah.
Oh, they do a bit of research. How much is this bottle worth, Dad? Why? You find a way to sell it? No. I want to know what you guys like, Brad and Adrian. What do you prefer, the limoncello or the limoncello?
Just
We
about to
haven't-
try the lime right now.
Let me know what you think.
to that. It's the combination.
Yeah, it's dangerously good. That lime soda, limoncello, ice, slice of lime. Definitely if you like limes, that's the way to
Yeah.
go.
I'm thinking mojito.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
amazing in a mojito. Really
Your
good.
limoncello,
There's
your dark
many
rum, bit of brown
cocktails
sugar.
you can do with the lime.
I've still got half
Go,
my
Brad.
mojito left, and I just thought, but no,
Yeah.
I need to enjoy this on its own. Sorry.
No, it is really good in the mojito.
It's more of whatever available. I get mint growing in my
Yeah.
front yard. Once it starts growing between the retaining wall and the
You've got it
driveway,
forever.
which is great. So the other day, and when I started the holidays in the last year, beginning of December, I'm gonna mix this limoncello with something. Slushy machine is just I want to go one step further. So I'm thinking cucumber in the fridge, and I look, all right, there's some capsicum there. I'm not gonna go there. And then I remembered I've got all these mint at the front. So I just grabbed all these mint leaves and I just crushed them, and with the ice, oh my God,
Muddled
that
them.
just gave it a different twist. It was just like all these layers.
Yeah.
It just changed. Every sip was different.
Yeah, and it's great for summer. On a hot day, just cool down with something like this. You can put a bunch of soda into it as well, and so have a nice long drink, ice, and something very refreshing.
I like the lime, Vic, to answer your question.
Fine.
Because it's different.
Me
I've
too.
had limoncello before.
Yeah, I guess that's probably the deciding factor. Just that it's different.
More
They're both really good
cocktail.
though.
To be honest, when I first tried it at the distillery, when you said limoncello, I'm thinking it's going to be the same, maybe, or it could be a bit more tangy. I did not realize how much different it was going to be. I was very surprised. Very pleasant. I love it. It's my favorite too. It's on I reckon it's on its own. It's on a level, different
Yeah.
level.
And you still produce the limoncello even though the tree's gone?
We found an alternative source.
Start with people
Good.
dropped off lemons.
We got lemons delivered to us from Botany locals for a while.
Nice.
We outgrew that. We have to actually get them.
So now we
Supplied.
found a good supply of lemon zest, and we just go from there.
Can I ask what sort of lemons, what sort of limes?
So
Does
yeah,
that matter?
so what we try and do is find the freshest possible and the most flavoursome.
So the limes come from one particular farm only, Queensland, and the lemons we just get whatever's fresh and available at the time. We don't have a particular variety,
that we're bound to.
but it's about making sure that we only zest the
just keep it to the
zest and making sure we don't get the pith.
You remember the bush lemons growing up, Brad?
I was wondering what variety would have the best.
Because they
zest.
were tangy. You couldn't eat them, those bush lemons. They were just too much.
We haven't tied us down to any particular variety of lemons. I know the guys at Tara Distillery, they look at a specific variety of lemon that they want to use, but we haven't been as particular. For the limoncello, there is one variety of limes that we work closely with a farmer in Queensland to get that, and we're very happy with what limes they're using and the flavour that comes through for that. Of course, throwing in a bit of lemon myrtle as well for limoncello as well to give it a little bit of a twist as well.
Wow,
So good.
really cool.
I knew there would be something good come out of Queensland. There you go, the limes.
Well,
Very good limes.
Something good.
if it wasn't for our guests, I'd say the best thing to come out of New South Wales was the road.
That's right. The Pacific Highway.
I won't say that.
You know, Botany Bay, it's very different from the rest of New South Wales, to be honest.
Yeah, well, they're nicer people for a start.
Not like those Westerners.
I'll tell you what, I parked my car and I walked about 100 meters, and all I was walking through was frangipani trees.
I thought you were going to say you're checking to make sure that you'd locked it.
You come back
No.
and the wheels are still there. I'm not in Western Sydney. I'm all right. I can leave it unlocked.
Get to
Let's
lock
move
up
on.
Occasionally. Hasn't been stolen yet, but that's probably got
Anyway,
nothing
let's
to do
move on with the
car.
coffee.
Yes, let's move on to the coffee. So coffee, we actually did start making the coffee fairly early on in our history. I got a request from a local. They were having a wedding and they asked, can you come up with a coffee-based liqueur for the wedding? And I thought, geez, how do you do that? I've never tried that before. But having been a big coffee head before, loved my espresso coffee, went down the rabbit hole in making espresso coffee and finding good beans and doing all that, basically using espresso coffee. And then found some a recipe that used some toasted spices and vanilla, and make sure that we use dark brown sugar as well as sort of brown sugar to bring it more depth and complexity into the flavor profile as well. So the spirit we use is just a neutral-based spirit, but we use espresso coffee, a few toasted spices, vanilla, and the dark brown sugar, and that really makes a difference in the overall flavor profile for the coffee liqueur.
So most coffee liqueurs are made with a cold brew. As Marty said, we really like an espresso coffee ourselves. So Sam makes espresso. To make it, she'll make 18 litres of espresso shot by shot. So you're getting that
for a batch, yeah,
for a
batch of 100 bottles. And
Wow.
we've got an espresso machine in the distillery just to make
There's
the
a coffee with
the
liqueur.
coffee.
The morning espressos.
Having the crema cuts through some of the bitterness of a coffee. Like that's what espresso does. So
we don't have to use as much sugar. The coffee we're putting in there isn't as bitter.
and it's basically
and we get
espresso martini in a bottle.
We get the beans that's also freshly roasted from a local roaster here in just a couple of suburbs away in Alexandria. So making sure we have fresh beans, make the espresso straight away, and then combine it with the sugar syrup using the brown sugar and the spirit and the toasted spices brings together the noir.
So that over ice cream.
Yes.
That in the Ninja.
Definitely.
The Ninja's
What?
creamer.
Oh, yep.
You know what I've done?
Yeah.
I've got those cans of fresh cream that you can buy in the supermarket.
Oh, yeah.
I filled them with these glasses up. And I just went and, oh, God, you can drink a whole bottle of it.
It's a little bit dangerous in that, but it makes so many good cocktails. It's great just by itself. A splash of milk or cream. You can put it your espresso martinis. Your Irish coffees. We've got a recipe that we make called a botany flip, which has got bourbon and
Just I was
it's
waiting
like
for a break.
dessert in a glass. It's just
The listeners at home, Brad, the king of cocktails. This is a guy, and also you guys, this is the guy, Brad. He gets $300 bourbon and he makes really nice cocktails. You've got to give it to
mules
him.
out of it.
He's been here every single spirit he's been bringing out. He's got the glass. He's got the espresso martini glass. He's had the proper margarita. There he goes again.
Yeah.
You are the king of cocktails, Brad. I got to give it to you, mate. You got a massive collection of whiskey, high quality, but when it comes to cocktails, I got to give it to you.
Oh, man. I'll be honest. I don't drink a lot of cocktails. He's pulling your leg. But holy cow, that is amazing with that coffee liqueur in there. It's just incredible. Really good.
So in any cocktail that you make that calls for any coffee liqueur, you can put this into it and it just takes it to the next level.
Banks and Solander, they were botanists, yeah?
yes.
Yep. So they were, I guess, one of the early scientists that came to our area, Sir Joseph Banks and Daniel Solander, and they catalogued and explored all of the plants around here and then brought them back to Europe and
Showcased Australian botanicals to the world for the first time.
And that sort of inspires us as well, that they were explorers and finding new things and being adventurers. And so for us, it's about adventures in flavour and creating interesting drinks for people to enjoy.
Awesome. Well, listeners, America, US, Japan, wherever you are, I am giving you a bottle of the coffee liqueur, holding one right here, unsealed, sealed up.
Yeah, unopened, yeah.
I'm going to send this full bottle of Australian coffee liqueur, all Australian ingredients, anywhere in the world, because I know that coffee liqueurs get anywhere. Jamaica, Japan, anywhere, South Africa, they make it. I've been sending them. And I'm also going to send samples to
Brad.
get some. I'm going to send 2 samples of each bottle. So 2 samples of the white rum, 2 samples of the cask strength Buffalo Trace aged rum, single barrel, and 2 samples of the limoncello, 2 samples of the limoncello,
Left.
and a whole bottle. I got plenty here. Don't worry. And good stuff. You got to keep buying it. And a full bottle of the coffee liqueur, Australian coffee liqueur. All you got to do is write down on the comments when Brad posts releases the podcast and he posts the Instagram post. Banks and Solander, what were the first names? They had first names. That's the surnames. So just write that down, and sending you either samples or a bottle. I'll just pick and choose and away. So if you put
Random results, right?
Yeah.
they're random results, but there'll be lots of samples and a full bottle of coffee liqueur. There'll be
Have to go back and listen.
a lot of stuff up for grabs. A lot. So you guys supply a fair amount of when I was there, fair amount of
Bars.
don't you?
Yeah, we're trying to more restaurants to Australian spirits. At supporting wineries, Australian wineries and breweries. But when you look at what spirits they offer, it's typically the standard stuff that overseas. And so what we're trying to do is, to them and ask them, don't you try some good Australian spirits, because there's plenty that's available and high quality stuff. So trying to get that on the menu rather than the usual.
And your listeners too, it's up to them. It's if they go into a bar or to a restaurant and they've got Australian wine on the list, but only international spirits, they need to ask the question, why don't you have Australian spirits on the menu?
Yes.
So that the people at the bar, at the restaurant know that there's a demand for it. That they're not going to stock it, because why would they? They're going to go for the cheapest. They're going to go for what comes through. And what they've always done. But if people start to ask, where's the Australian spirits?
100%.
That's when we're going to see how a whole industry lifted up.
100%. I agree.
Yeah, it's a good point. Like, people buy Australian spirit if it's there, no doubt.
Yeah.
Like, you see, whiskey is a good example, right? Because it's got such a bigger profile nowadays in the industry. We'll buy Australian whiskey. Still buy the other stuff. Sure, right?
It's
But
good.
when it comes to other things, and gin is probably similar, because there's so much gin that's on the market and people are able to, one that's local to them, probably okay. But all this other stuff, not a chance. So it's a good point. Like, if I'm looking for something Australian,
And it's
Even airlines, you can catch a flight, international flight. You go to Qantas, you go, just ask them, what you got? What spirits you got? What Australian spirits have you got? Perfect, I'm on flights. There you go.
Yeah.
If I'm in Sydney and it's like summer now, or if I'm coming from overseas for a holiday in Sydney, like some of our listeners are at the moment, and so where would you go? Where can I go for a meal, or even just for a cocktail and chill out on an afternoon in Sydney? Which bars do you guys supply? Which restaurants?
There's a bunch of them.
It's free plug.
I need to get my Zero and look through my orders and see.
Have to get your Rolodex out.
You have a salesperson will start with that mostly.
And Luke is going to help a lot with that. But
you've lost count. Put it this way, you've lost count, because I know there's a lot of people that buy your stuff.
Yeah.
Last time I was there,
I
did a bit of research, which is great to see. Great to see local restaurants, get local produce, including spirits, and
So we're mostly in the CBD, eastern suburbs, and in the Shire. So that's where we're mostly sort of at the moment. Trying to get the name out there and get as many people to try our products as possible, because once they try it, they realise it's too bad.
And
I'm guilty of that.
Yeah, the local independent bottle shops as well. So we're trying to build that up. We're not big enough to be in the big guys, but the independent bottle shops are a good support. And if we're not if we're not stocked at someone's local, ask them to get us in.
Besides the Easter show, any other places, any other festivals you guys attend?
We do quite a few festivals, events and markets, and we also have our cellar door. So we're about to sit down next week and do our plan for the year of where we're going and what we're doing. But
we do a lot of farmers markets. We do a lot of festivals. We'll get the Easter show again this year as well.
Travel interstate at all?
We've been
A
to,
little bit,
we've done one event last year in Victoria, and we're going again this year for
Yep.
that one.
and we did do a couple of rum events in Queensland as well. And high praise. We've got Queenslanders saying, "Oh, that's not too bad rum." So
Well, there is a whiskey event in Queensland. It's one of my favourite events of what I'm going to call it. The Australian, not a good thing. Help me out, Brad. What would it be? Where would we put it?
What do you mean?
It's one of the best whiskey events in
Yeah,
Australia.
it's a tasting event. Absolutely,
Yeah,
that's what it is.
tasting event. And noticed, not they lack, but other whiskey events, they are bringing in more. I've noticed last year in 2025, they bring a lot of distilleries that make gins and liqueurs, not whiskey.
Yeah.
That's one of the ones I recommend. I reckon you guys will kill it up there. Yeah,
What's it called?
it's all whiskey. We'll send you a link to it.
Cool.
yeah, great.
Yeah.
It's my
We're
favorite because
always-
it's outdoors under the railway line and it's on Fisher Lane. Well, I don't know if it's going to be on Fisher Lane this year,
But is it,
but
when's it held? What months?
It's going to be June this year.
Oh, thank
Yeah,
God.
nice. Yeah.
Just checking the weather.
yeah, you're good. And the crowd, the people is what first factor is the main factor that I look
Sorry,
at.
it's
July. Oh,
Yeah.
they've got a date already, have they?
yeah, I told you that.
Oh, excellent. You never listen.
We did go to what was it?
It's a good night. Yeah. They didn't have one last year, but they're having it again this year. So,
Usually a week before Whiskey on the Murray.
yeah.
So I might go to that one this year and then go Whiskey on the Murray. Another good one, I think they've already finalised the distillers. Whiskey on the Murray, it's in Corowa.
Yeah.
You heard about that one before?
I've heard of that one, but we haven't been. But I've seen people with distilleries.
Yeah.
A lot of people we've seen.
So there's a couple of distilleries there, same as you guys, that don't make whiskey. They've got a portfolio of rums and liqueurs. Karoo Distillery is one of
Yeah.
them.
They're
Old-
lovely. We love them. Love Cruise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Old Fast, but
Yeah.
that's it. Like you have Elias Rudd bringing the coffee liqueur and yeah. So you need more liqueurs down there. Oh yeah.
And the rum blends in well with for whiskey drinkers as well.
Yeah, yeah. The rum and the coffee go well together as well. So,
Do
Definitely.
you have any plans for a whiskey at all?
question.
It
Have
had to
talked
come out
about
sooner
it.
or later.
Have talked about it. What just
We don't have the
we don't have
to
the
do it.
space, but have talked to our friends at Tara Distillery, suggesting perhaps we can do a collaboration with them. They've got the gear to the mash tun and everything, and the mills, prepare everything down there, and then we could ship it up to Sydney and finish it up here. So,
Yeah,
Very
That'll be
nice.
good.
We
That'll
just
be good.
been talking about it for.
but it's definitely first whiskey. So, yeah.
Sorry?
Did you end up trying it today?
Yeah, I tried it this afternoon and fabulous. So we'll get him on the podcast soon. But long time waiting.
Yeah.
I've put for the boys, so that'll be on the mail on Monday, and can't wait to see your collab, because I first heard you guys saying, yeah, there'll be a collaboration. First visited the distillery, and I'm like,
Yeah.
bright-eyed, okay. And then they'll just release their whiskey, and really looking forward to that.
Yeah. Just need to
Put some time aside and just get it done.
yeah. Talking about it and start doing it.
Getting just caramel fudge now, the richest caramel fudge out of this rum. It's come back to the rum, by the way,
Yeah.
boys. And
I've just been going through the dregs of everything that I've
yeah,
gone from.
the same.
your one of the main things, like your price point is pretty good. I like it.
Yeah.
It's very affordable, but your ABV,
It's
you
hard.
haven't watered your stuff down like a lot of people have. I like
It's
it.
We're
Yeah.
not skimping, because it's about the flavour. And that's the thing, like alcohol carries the flavour. Once you water it down, it's got a different flavour and it doesn't carry as much. So, yeah, first flavour is first.
100%.
And that's why the ABV is where it's at.
100%. There you go. Flavor.
Unreal. Got empty glasses in front of me, so it can't be that bad.
Oh, no, I should have sent you more, Brad. I'm
You
sorry.
should have. Absolutely,
Oh.
you should have.
How much did we send you?
But
Not
I
enough.
can buy my own alcohol. Wow. You know what? I think that's been
Yeah.
great. Like, thank you very much for coming on. Gee, we don't normally drink a lot of whiskey, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
But clearly it's on the tin. But we do get other spirits on, right? And to have you guys on here and have everything other than whiskey, pretty much, it's been really, really good. And I can vouch for the fact that you can drink this stuff neat. You can also drink it in cocktails. It's good stuff. It's really good. Thank you
Well,
very much.
did you want some more limoncello, Brad?
Yes.
Okay.
And listeners, when you go to the pub, bars, or to a restaurant that serves alcohol, most of them in Australia do, don't get Bacardi. Ask them, where's the local rum? Where's the Solander rum? Especially
Yeah.
if you're in Sydney. But anywhere you are, just ask for the local rum. The lost
If you are
spirit.
in Sydney, come got a tasting room here on Saturdays. We're open 11 till 5. Pop in and do a tasting that's free.
You can hear more about it. You can see
Yeah.
where it's made. And
Walk past the house, see the distillery in the backyard, breeded by the distillery dog, Frank.
so, yeah.
Oh, yes.
The
Yes,
distillery
I forgot
dog
about
Frank.
this. Oh, mate. He's awesome. He just barks. He's awesome.
Hope that everyone comes. And
Yeah,
then
he's
you
our
can walk
doorbell.
down.
He'll bark, then he'll bring them a toy and want to play with them.
Why is Frank not on the
Label.
website?
He is under Meet Our Team.
Yeah, he's a part of the team.
Of course he is. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, there he is. Oh, wow. That's really cool.
He's even got a title there.
Yep. Customer greeter and staff morale.
Yeah.
Love it. You know what? We should probably pull it up there. We're only 15 minutes over. That's a record for us. Very much for coming on.
Pleasure.
Thanks for having us.
Oh, gee. That's, probably drunk too much. But anyway, thank you very much again. Thank you, Vic. Thank you, Adrian.
Thank you.
Where should people go? Where do we want them to go to you guys? So online at banksonsolander.com.
Yeah, and Solander Rum.
.com. And on Instagram.
Solander Rum and Banks and Solander. And then we also have the same for Facebook. The handle.
Awesome.
Yeah.
They're all the same.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, listeners at home, don't forget, listeners should know by now, but if you're a new listener, you need to follow everyone on the podcast, the three of us, plus the podcast account. It's got its own podcast account. And you need to go on Instagram and look for Banks and Solander, have a look at their accounts, and follow their accounts.
And
Yes.
And Solander Rum.
Yeah.
So there's 2 Instagram accounts. Don't forget. Otherwise, you'll not be getting the full bottle of the coffee liqueur or any of the samples.
Adrian and I in the running for that, just to be clear.
Listen. When's Adrian's birthday?
Wednesday.
There's something in the mail for you guys. There's a big, large, like Australia Post box.
You better buy a bloody courier and a big semi.
Oh no, you're heading out to the
Stay
Pilbara,
Adrian.
aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I won't be here. Heading off to work. That's all right.
Brad's
I'll get
gonna
on
drink
with
it
it.
all.
I'll open it. It's all good.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Okay, thank you guys.
Thank you so much.
Ed and Marty, thank you very much. And thank you very much again for listening. We appreciate it. We love the fact that you do. If you've got any feedback for us or Ed, or please reach out. You'll get us on all of our socials. Us, it's Whiskey Podcast or any of our individual, as we pointed out earlier. Of course, reach out to the guys at Banks and Solander or solanderrum.com. And yeah, catch you on the next one. Thank you very much for listening, everybody. Thank you. And until next time, cheers.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
everyone.